Namaste Pisces and Pisces Risings, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius joy, and I am so grateful to be of soul service. Pardon my absence. I didn't expect to be off the air quite that long. I was turning into a butterfly, and then a ton of challenges hit on my back. And you probably understand. I mean, the planets have been crazy. I hope you've been a little better. But we'll find out, if not, and get to the solution. First of all, this is a super scope because it's designed to serve more than one personality. If you are a Pisces rising, or have Venus in Pisces, you'll find this super scope valuable to you. Now, while I was off the air, the sun was in Gemini, and for you that was a deep exploration to emotional security. That might have played out in a family issue, a mortgage issue, any kind of issue that comes down to feeling emotionally okay and grounded. And this is an area that you're still going to work through. So you might have had some issues with the stomach. You might have had some issues with literally sickness, homesickness, that sort of thing. But now with Mercury retrograde, you'll be rethinking for just a few more days exactly what will make you feel secure. And then you'll be moving forward with that security. So you're almost wrapped up with the emotional security that we are dealing with. Now the sun moves into Cancer, which is a very emotional transit as well, but you're going to shift from emotional security to the inner child. In fact, this week we're going to move into chapter 2 of the sun in Cancer, and this is out of the love and into the light casting. This is the I love state of awareness. One of the 12 states of awareness is our heart. That's our heart chakra, and frankly, our heart is who we are. Everything else is a reflection. So our thoughts are a reflection of our heart. Our ego is a reflection of our heart. Everything is a reflection of that love and self-love. So you're getting back to the self-love and expressing it out, hopefully all the way outward to joy. And this isn't just the annual fun in your heart transit. Jupiter, the planet of party transformation, has been putting energy to expand your heart this entire year. So this might have been a very lonely year or a very joyful year, but the universe is pushing you towards Sirius joy. And if you put it off in typical Pisces style to the last minute, you may go through the entire joy transit in 6 weeks. So it's going to wrap up here. Now that said, what is this week going to be about? Well, this week we move from step 7 to step 14 in the sun in Cancer. That means you're going to identify something your heart wants, and by the end of the week you'll be going for it. This is a very fast transit. Sometimes you put things off, not now, because the gravity of Jupiter is intense. You kind of get pushed to the pull, you kind of have to. So for those who refuse to play, don't worry. You'll be in some grocery store and see the cutest girl on earth or the cutest guy on earth, and suddenly you'll be in your heart. God, universe kind of forces you into these lessons, which is a good thing, and Jupiter is on your side. So identify something your heart wants and go for it. Now the sun opposing Pluto means that as your heart's going for it, you're having to get over your issues of what the world tells you to do or what the world tells you to be. So you got to be strong there. And the sun is squaring Aries, Uranus in Aries, which means that as you're going for what your heart wants, you've also got to be careful about being confident and there for yourself, not giving up on what your heart wants. All right. In some cases, you got to be careful about not over-promising, but I don't think that's the case for Pisces and Pisces risings. Now, good news, Mercury goes direct this week. Thank Goddess for that. Like I said, it was retrograding in Cancer and Gemini. As it goes direct at step 24 in Gemini, it means you'll be creating that emotional foundation I was talking about and moving forward. Now, aiding and abetting to that creation is Venus herself arriving on the scene. So what this means is that you have the available resources to really begin to feel nurtured and grounded, to really be able to accept the giving of others, to really be able to give and feel received. That's going to come in and do a lot of wonderful healing. That's leading up to some fireworks going on in Leo later this summer. Then lastly, Mars champions over Uranus. It's been a tug of war, Mars in Libra versus Uranus in Aries. And this tug of war for you has been literally money versus trust. Now, when it comes to the trust, Mars is what's putting the energy on the trust level. So you've been very nervous, difficult to trust, difficult to calm down perhaps, maybe even a chance of anxiety. And on the other side is innovation of self-esteem, innovation of value, holding out for value. So now this week, this is what I get to, you get to jump ahead and finally get to trust. You're going to get the trust before the money, but that's actually how it works anyways in manifestation. The trust does come before the money. All right, well, that's all I have for this first section. I have a new fun section called the Sirius Joy Farm, and we've got to hop over to a whole new section on Earth. Let's hop over. Howdy! Welcome to Sirius Joy Farm. Seriously. This is my new model for consciousness and something I've been coming up with for a long time, frankly. It's pretty like a flower, but it's strong like a tree. And it's the structure of Sirius Joy. Seriously. This is how it works. On the left side, there are 6 states of awareness that we must approach in a serious manner. On the right are the states of awareness we want to always approach with a joyful manner. And the truth is we have to keep balance between our serious and our joy on each level. So there are roots, 3 roots, and there are 3 stems at the top. Now, that said, I created this little tool so you can understand exactly where the planets are hanging. Where do the planets hang on these branches or stems? For starters, the sun right now is in Cancer. So that's God. And for you, that's focused on self-love, the inner child, focusing on the inner heart. So Creator is putting a ton of self-love energy in the house of self-love for you right now. You're going to amp that up. Now, that's what you're creating. On the other side of what we create, we always have what we're manifesting now. And since you are creating self-love, you are manifesting individuality, represented by this little painting of man here. So it is a balance between self-love and individuality, and you want to be extremely serious about loving yourself. And you want to be totally joyful and accepting of who you are as an individual. That's how to keep the structure of the Sirius Joy. Now, there's some pressure being added onto both of these sides. One is Jupiter, the disco and party of where the universe is. And so you've been trying to disco and party when it comes to self-love for a full year now, since July 4th of last year. You'll be coming to a full graduation of that. And Jupiter will be moving into a different sector, which is going to be practice. You're going to practice self-love for a year. So Jupiter is adding pressure. On the other side is Pluto, which is how you may have been feeling when it comes to your individuality. A lot of death energy there, trying to help the Pisces kill off the old reputation so the new can be born. So in essence, the sun, or love, what we're creating and manifesting, is self-love. And if you love yourself, you have Jupiter to knock it out of the ballpark right now, and you can let go of the old reputations. Let Pluto, death there, kill off the old rep, old shame, old regret, all that old kind of emotional attachment. Manifest a new individuality in society, and that is the essence of this month. Now, there's 2 other planets that are really kind of wreaking a lot of havoc. One is masculine Mars. It's almost like you're waiting for a Price is Right game to see where it stops, isn't it? I kind of base this on Price is Right games and Bill Cosby's pictures pages. But Mars is putting pressure on boundaries, which is sex and trust and intimacy. So there's a lot of masculine energy forcing into boundaries, which makes you irritable at the boundary level. Notice the boundary level is right there when the grass breaks. You're real irritable at the breaking point of everything right now. And on the other side, you are balancing Uranus. All right? And Uranus is what brings us the psycho energy in our life. It's been focused on your manifestations, which is money and abundance. And so it has been a real tug-of-war of masculine energy putting pressure on all your limits and you feeling a little psycho over values and ability to make money. All right? So this big grand square is really the holdup we've been feeling since your birthday period. And this is what is going to finally ease up, all really thanks to, you guessed it, self-love, right? So we take away these other guys. We don't have to make the noise. It all comes down to the self-love basically in the corner. It all comes down to learning and expanding past your boundaries in self-love. And by doing that, you will open up everything. Now there's one more thing I want to show to you. And that has to do with a grand trine we have going on. That dark looming energy is Saturn. Saturn in the house of beliefs for Pisces and Pisces Rising. So it's time to be very serious about your beliefs and to not stray. That's what Saturn is saying in that energy. Then on the other side is your favorite Pisces. Let's just get rid of man there. And Neptune is in Pisces, which basically is a Jesus energy. We got the Last Supper Jesus there as my symbol in Pisces. And it says that you have to kind of practice what you preach here, Pisces and Pisces Risings. You must be self-nurturing, compassionate, and all-accepting of all of your ego character issues. That means your faults, your strengths, everything. It is time for Pisces to walk the path, basically. And like I said, practice what they usually preach. So by practicing what you preach and being easy on yourself, by being firm on your beliefs about what you believe, this sets up the self-love to go even further. If beliefs or ego character is not in those conditions, then these two planets can take away from your ability to self-love, as you can see by this grand trine here. Now, for those who love like a Pisces, which means you have a 7 VQ, I will tell you where Venus is right now and how she is affecting love life. Let's take a look here, Venus. Venus is in Gemini, so she is focusing basically on your emotions and on setting on a foundation. Now, what's also there is Freddie Mercury retrograde, which goes direct July 2nd, but thoughts and creativity are focused on emotional foundation for Pisces and Pisces rising. And so basically, wherever you are in love, whether you're in a relationship, or you're single, or you're between lifetimes, it is time to really set up the emotional foundation and to feel the love right now. So you want to feel the Venus, you want to feel the love, and because Mercury's there, you want to focus on feeling good right now. This sets you up for greater self-love. This sets you up for happier times. All right, so that wraps up the Sirius Joy Farm. I have a little surprise for you right now, and of course, the standard wrap-up after this. Couple of pieces of information I want you to know. For one, cool news. The Megascope monthly reports now are available for online rental. You don't have to download them. They play on every device, and we host them on soulmart.me all month long. There's also variable rates if you want 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. I'm really trying to make this flexible for everyone. Also, I want to tell you, I added Jupiter Gets Emotional to the Megascope stream. So if you already rented, go back to Soulmart. There's an extra video there. It's going to help you through that 6-week transition we were talking about. Available for all 12 signs. Another thing, I got a cool teaching series coming out this summer I'm so excited about. It's called So You Want to Be an Astrologer, eh? Well, it's really designed for people who want to professionally be an astrologer, or if you want to use astrology in your given vocation. So as teachers, as leaders, as directors, whatever it is, even in college when I directed TV and film, I used astrology with my characters, and it made my characters so much richer because astrology answers so many of the questions. Come on down to soulmart.me, see all the great courses. I have the Architecture of Incarnation. I've got the Art of Reading People. That's a fabulous course. It talks about psychic ability as well. Come see it. You're going to like it. Then I've got another exciting announcement for those who like this special. Buy 1 hour reading right now. You get a 30-minute follow-up for free this year with me. This is an excellent package deal for people who've never had a reading with me because you get twice in the same year. You really see proven results. Read my little comments under there or people's testimonials. This is my greatest talent. And I'm also the funniest in readings too, seriously. So come on down and see that. Couple of things we ask you. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, you can like us by navigating to soulgarden.me, and it'll take you straight there. And if you want to be in our email list, come to soulmart.me. There's a link there for that. Don't forget, we got the new mothership coming out on Tuesday. Super excited about that. All right, my dear friend, thank you so much for logging in and your patience with me. I'll see you in 7 days, and I really mean it. Until then, live, love, be.